And God remembered Noah and every living thing and all cattle that was with him in the ark. And God made a wind to pass over the earth, and the waters assuaged. The fountains also of the deep and the windows of heaven were stopped, and the rain from heaven was restrained, and the waters returned from off the earth continually. And after the end of the 150 days, the waters were abated. And the ark rested in the 7th month on the 17th day of the month upon the mountains of Ararat. And the waters decreased continually unto the 10th month. In the 10th month, on the 1st day of the month, were the tops of the mountains seen. And it came to pass at the end of the 40 days that Noah opened the window of the ark which he had made. And he sent forth a raven, which went forth to and fro until the waters were dried up from off the earth. Also he sent forth a dove from him to see if the waters were abated from off the face of the ground. But the dove found no rest for the sole of her foot, and she returned unto him into the ark. For the waters were on the face of the whole earth. Then he put forth his hand, and he took her, and pulled her in unto him into the ark. And he stayed yet other 7 days, and again he sent forth the dove out of the ark. And the dove came in to him in the evening, and lo, in her mouth was an olive leaf plucked off. So Noah knew that the waters were abated from off the earth. And he stayed yet other 7 days, and sent forth the dove, which returned not again unto him any more. And it came to pass in the 600th and the 1st year, in the 1st month, the 1st day of the month, and the waters were dried up from off the earth. And Noah removed the covering of the ark, and looked, and behold, the face of the ground was dry. And in the 2nd month, on the 7th and 20th day of the month, was the earth dried. And God spake unto Noah, saying, Go forth of the ark, thou, and thy wife, and thy sons' wives with thee. Bring forth with thee every living thing that is with thee, of all flesh, both of fowl and of cattle, and of every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth, that they may breed abundantly in the earth, and be fruitful and multiply upon the earth. And Noah went forth, and his sons and his wife, and the sons' wives with him, every beast, every creeping thing, and every fowl, and whatsoever creepeth upon the earth, after their kinds went forth out of the ark. And Noah built an altar unto the Lord, and took of every clean beast, and of every clean fowl, and offered burnt offerings on the altar. And the Lord smelled a sweet savor, and the Lord said in his heart, I will not again curse the ground any more for man's sake, and for imagination of man's heart is evil from his youth, neither will I again smite any more everything living as I have done, while the earth remaineth, seed time and harvest, and cold and heat, in the summers and winter, the day and the night shall not cease. That is Genesis 8. We're now going to go to Chronicles 8. Now we're here. Now Benjamin begot Bela his firstborn, Ashbel the second, and Abra the third, Noah the fourth, and Rapha the fifth. And the sons of Bela were Adar, and Jerah, and Abiad, and Abishai, and Naaman, and Aror, and Gera, and Shephiam, and Hiram. And these are the sons of Ahad. These are the heads of the fathers of the inhabitants of Geba, and they removed them from Meneth. And Nahaman, and Ahiah, and Jera, he removed them, and begot Uzzah, and Ahiad, and Shuriam begot children in the country of Moab. After he had sent them away, Hashem and Bara were his wives, and begotten of Hodesh his wife, Jobab, and Zibiah, and Misha, and Malcolm, and Jush, and Shekiah, and Mirimah. These were his sons, heads of the fathers, and Havshem he begot. So all of this, I'm going to read all the way down, because this is a bloodline and or how people were created, right? I'm going to skip. Yes, so everybody begot somebody. Okay. Then we're going to go down to, and Hashad had 6 sons whose names were Ashikim, Bakir, and Ezmuru, and Ezriah, and Obadiah, and Hanan. All these were the sons of Azil, and the sons of Ashik. His brothers were Oma, his firstborn Shahush, the second, and Elkay. And the sons of Oma were mighty of men of valor, archers, and had many sons, and sons, and sons, and 150. All these are the sons of Benjamin. That's pretty much what chapter 8 really entails of First Chronicles. Chapter 8 is a whole bunch of sons and the names of them, lineage. I want to go to Esther, chapter 8, and read on. On the day did King Ahasuerus give the house of Haman, the Jews of enemy, unto Esther the queen, and a Mordecai came before the king, for Esther had told what he was unto her. And the king took off his ring, which he had taken from Haman, and gave it unto Mordecai. And Esther set Mordecai over the house of Haman. And Esther spake yet again before the king, and fell down at his feet, and besought him with tears to put away the mischief of Haman and Agagite, and his device that he had devised against the Jews. Then the king held out the golden scepter toward Esther. So Esther arose and stood before the king, and said, It pleases the king, and if I have been found favor in his sight, and the thing seem right before the king, and I be pleasing in his eyes, let it be written to reverse the letters devised Haman and the sons of Hammedath and Agagite, which he wrote to destroy the Jews, which are in all king's provinces. For how can I endure to see the evil thou shalt come unto my people? Or how can I endure to see the destruction of my kindred? And the king of Ahasuerus said unto Esther, the queen, and Mordecai, the Jews, Behold, I have given Esther the house of Haman, and him they have hanged upon the gallows, because he laid his hand upon Jews. Write ye also the Jews as it liketh you into the king's name, and seal it with the king's ring for the writing, which is written in the king's name, and sealed with the king's ring, may no man reverse. Then were the king's scribes called at that time in the 3rd month, that is the month Silium, on the 20th day thereof, and it was written, according to all that Mordecai commanded unto the Jews, unto the lieutenants, and the deputies, and the rulers of the provinces which were from India unto Ethiopia, and 127 provinces, unto every province according to the writing thereof, and unto every people after their language, and to the Jews according to their writings, and according to the language. And he wrote in the king of Ahasuerus' name, and sealed it with the king's ring, and sent letters by post, and horseback, and riders on the mules, camels, and young dromedaries, wherein the king granted the Jews which were in every city to gather themselves together, and to stand for their life, to destroy, to slay, and to cause to perish all the power of the people and province that would assault them, both little ones, women, and to take the spoil of them for a prey, upon one day in the provinces of King Ahasuerus, namely upon the 13th day of the 12th month, which is the month of Adar. The copy of the writing for commandment to be given in every province was published unto all people, and that Jews should be ready against the day to avenge themselves on enemies. So posts that rode upon mules and camels went out, being hastened and pressed on the king's commandment. And the decree was given at Shushan the palace, and Mordecai went out of the presence of the king in royal apparel, and blue and white, and with a great crown of gold, with which garment of fine linen and purple, in the city of Shushan rejoiced and was glad. The Jews had light gladness and joy and honor, and in every province and in every city whatsoever the king's commandment and his decree came, the Jews had joy and gladness, and feast in a good day, and many of the people of the land became Jews. for the fear of Jews fell upon them. This is Esther chapter 8, which completes our reading for now. And we'll talk to you guys soon.